What made me want to move back is the comfort and the small things that you don't get elsewhere, like when I lived in other places. Like just simple things like, if you need something quickly, you can get it. If you need an oil change or an inspection is out of date, is due, you can run down to Thomas Tire and get it done right then and there. If you need any little thing, I remember I had like something with my Jeep that was broken. I took it over to Caldwell Collision. It was fixed in like one day. And it's like, minimal cost. Oh yeah, here, take care of it. Just give me this, that, So all those little conveniences is what makes, I think, like a wonderful community, that somebody that knows somebody, and there's like, you can always help each other out,
What made me want to move back was probably just the togetherness and the closeness of just the proximity of that. You can get groceries, you can get food, and it's not far away, and just that I had a good amount of friends that were still around here, and we've kind of seen in the last probably 3 to 5 years that it's not a town that you have to go to Buffalo, you have to go to Rochester. There are restaurants, there are coffee shops, there are places to go that are, it's not a 10, 15, 20-minute drive, it's a 2-minute drive from my house. So I think just how close everything is, very convenient, and just the fact that there's a lot of my friends that are still here.
I came back here after 2 years in Buffalo, so I was 20, and to be able to start a business and get into it in an area that I knew and grew up with and was comfortable with meant a lot. I mean, that was big, and what it's done over the last few years is unreal.
So what really drew me back to Medina is, I guess, friends and family and the familiarity of the area. Even when I moved away and I was somewhere else, I was constantly using my vacation days or like flying back to home, which is essentially, this is my home because this is where my family originated. I'm familiar with things, and there's just a lot happening, and it's growing, so it makes you want to come back and continuously see where it's going.
I grew up in Buffalo, so I grew up in the city. I like the small town feel, the small village feel. It's quaint. We hear all the time that it's a Norman Rockwell type village. I think that's what I like about it. I think the smallness of it.
I've lived all over the world. I just got back from Tanzania, and one thing, when I'm trying to explain home in Medina to my friends, I talk about the community, and I talk about, how everyone kind of knows everybody and everyone's really supportive. Those are the things that really stand out to me.
Well, I grew up here in Medina, so I went to high school here and left in 1966 when I graduated to go to college, and spent about 40 years away from Medina, coming back periodically to see my parents and that type of thing. And when I retired, we decided that we would come back here to live, and that's the reason that we came back.
When I wasn't living here, I missed my family the most probably, but I did miss the sense of community. When I lived in Atlanta or when I lived in Michigan, I had friends that were people that I met when I lived there, or even people that I maybe moved to those places with, but it wasn't the same as that core group of people and that feeling that you have when you come back to the place that you grew up, and it's a small kind of quaint town that has that tight-knit community.
It encompasses in a small scale all the things that I love kind of about the world. There's beautiful natural elements in this area, and there are these really, really fascinating architectural and kind of cultural, historical things that are just standing there and staring us in the face, and that's for sure what I missed for all those years.